This is Joe Hoskin, and I'm here at the Sport Production Summit, produced by SVG Europe, the day before IBC 2024 starts. This morning I'm talking to Andreas Hilmer. He's the Chief Marketing Officer for Lawo. Good morning, Andreas.
Good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me here.
It's a pleasure. Now, Lawo has evolved significantly in recent years, from a company known for audio for live broadcast to a provider of a host of services, solutions and interfaces for media production. Can you tell me about this shift and why it was needed?
Absolutely. So we've seen this change over to IP technology coming from a long way. And for us, it was apparent already back then that the industry will not stop with IP adoption only for audio. It was clear that whenever bandwidth and processing capacity will allow for, that it will become one infrastructure for audio, for video, for ancillary data. And therefore, the strategy for the company was clear: to remain relevant in this new future in which we are living today. We had to become a media infrastructure company. And therefore, we took the decision to invest in control systems and to invest in video processing technology. And that obviously didn't stop with just changing over for the transport mechanisms. It's also about the processing itself, and that's where we're currently at, where it is really about using standard IT technology and standing on the shoulders of these IT giants, profit from their developments and utilize that for our applications in the media production space.
Okay. Now, home has been a big part of the innovation at Lawo. Can you tell us a little bit about it? And also, what benefits do unified open platforms like this offer customers?
So home as an open platform is there to manage, to connect, and to secure your IP-based elements or devices. So first of all, it's a management layer. Home apps added signal processing to that for both video and audio. And it's all based on open standards. So we didn't invent the wheel from scratch. So we utilized standards which were available in the IT technology already. So we're using all the cloud native technology, NATs, Kybernetics, to come to containerized microservice-based solutions, which enable our customers to use it in a standards-based environment. And when it comes to the signal standards, we're also supporting whatever the customer needs for his specific solution. So it can be SD2110, it can be NDI. Obviously, we support Ravenna, but we also go for Dante. So it is about enabling the customer to choose what's best for his specific application. That's what it is. Openness is all about.
Okay, thank you. Now, as more people are taking advantage of cloud and microservices, how do you expect this to develop? And how is the adoption impacting system designs?
So that's a very interesting question, because we are now really at the stage where the industry, and specifically broadcasters and service providers for OB trucks, can really harvest the benefit which this shift to IP technology brings. We're talking about the second wave in the adoption of IP.
Right.
First step was like going or getting the signals onto IP networks, but now we can really leverage on the processing side by using standard IP technology, IT technology. So this means that we don't need to have dedicated devices for each and every function anymore. So today, if we are honest, the majority of the equipment which is powered on always in the racks, in a facility or in a truck, is not used at every single production. And if we look at those devices, they are not used to the maximum of their capabilities. I bet that the majority of the multi-viewers in the rack are not providing the maximum pip amount which each of their heads is capable of. They might even be used just as a quad split. But the processing is sitting in the rack, underutilized. And now with this microservice based approach with scalable dynamic software, these solutions only take the processing power which is needed concurrently for this specific production. This means we now can have like a floating pool of processing, generic processing, and the result of that is that the overall need for processing will be less than it was in the past, because it is just utilized to the degree that is needed. So it's kind of load balancing itself from production to production. And the impact of that to system design is, in the past, you always had to plan for the peaks, and every single device needed to be able to fulfill the requirements of that peak. Now you can basically focus on the base level, what is needed in the standard production, and you can cover the peaks just by additional licenses or licenses which allow you to load balance by function agnostic licensing systems like we offer at Lawo with Lawo Flex.
So in turn, it creates a lot of opportunities for you to develop new sets of products and solutions for the market.
Absolutely, and I think...
And that's what people will see at IBC?
Apps. So it definitely makes sense to come over. We just doubled the number of home apps, so this platform is growing very, very quickly. That's also one of the advantages of going to this new approach of microservice-based software. So the development cycles just have speeded up. So come and see us at IBC.
Andreas, thank you very much for your time today. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe, as always.